What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Sheen exclusive. Today, I have the honor of being here with Daytime. You just announced your 18th birthday and celebrated everything. How has that been?
That's been so much fun. I've been 18 for almost a month now, and yeah, it's kind of different, kind of the same. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of stepping into a new era.
For sure. I mean, you've done so much so far in your life. I mean, the red carpets that you've been to, the people you've met, and the things that you've been exposed to. How do you stay level-headed at such a young age?
My mom and lots of hot yoga and lots of playing The Sims 4.
Stop. I'm old, but I play The Sims too. I used to really heavy. That's so crazy that you do that.
Uh-huh. Lots of Sims, lots of playing with my dogs, lots of doing random spontaneous like adventurous acts with my friends, basic stuff like that.
Okay. So how do you balance a career in school and just a personal life on top of that?
It's definitely a learning experience. I still don't quite have it um, balanced very well yet. It just depends. Some weeks are better than others with my time management. But I don't know. I make a list. I have so many different apps on my phone with lists, especially like the color coded list, and I just swipe my task in and out. And if a task is a priority, I'll make sure to knock that out first before I do something else that doesn't have as much significance, or maybe the second assignment doesn't really have a due date, stuff like that. So prioritizing um, different tasks that are like timely, like have time specifics, those are what I knock out first, and then everything else just comes after.
Alrighty, so this is actually Black Women History Month, which I thought was super cool because it comes right after Women's History Month. How do
Yeah.
you plan to make history?
I feel like I'm always looking for ways to work on myself and to better myself. And I feel like that is making history because now women today, especially Black women, we're continuously learning to break barriers. And me just continuing to work on myself and work on my craft and getting better is pretty historical, I'd say.
It definitely is. So we were just kind of talking a little bit about your skin. Can you kind of give us a deep dive into what your skincare routine is like if you have one?
Yeah, I do have a skincare routine, and that has taken me, oh my gosh, like 2 years to curate because I have had the most troublesome skin these past couple of years. So my face right now, big thanks to Accutane. And aside from Accutane, I just wash my face once a day, which is kind of like controversial. And also sunscreen. And I think that's why I'm so glowy today. Put on a little sunscreen.
Yes, we're still adapting to the whole sunscreen thing, I feel like in the Black community. So shout
Yeah,
out to you.
sure. Thank you.
So, let's talk about fashion because every time that you're on a carpet, you make a statement. How do
Thank
you arrange
you.
what you're wearing?
A lot of scrolling on Pinterest. Pinterest is my best friend. I take a lot of fashion inspo from celebrities like Zendaya on the carpet. Zendaya will always give a look and she'll, make our jaw drops in like the process of it. So lots of like looking at inspo on Pinterest from Zendaya, and then I like to kind of put my own twist on things. And then my mom also plays a big part because my mom also has her own, like, fashion board for me and what she likes my style to be. She also thinks that I look better in like certain shapes of dresses and certain colors and stuff. So I'll always grab her opinion just so that it's not like, biased as just to what I like.
Yes, I love that. So, I mean, I just want to mention, of course, your age again, but not just that, but how do you inspire and what tips would you give somebody who is, regardless of age, creed, or anything like that? tips into really becoming themselves because your personality comes alive in every single piece of content that you have. And I know also in real life. So, how do you just ground yourself and just put yourself out there?
Um, I say in that aspect, it's keeping people to inspire you. So whether it's people in your everyday life or it's people online who inspire you in a way like you would like to one day post content like them or to one day like radiate the same energy as them. I feel like I'm constantly looking at like my favorite influencers and my favorite like talk show hosts online just so that I can see like what I'm supposed to do to emulate that in the future, like what I should be working on. Um, and things of that sort. But it's also like just writing down your goals and your passions. That's just my way of like sorting after my goals. But another person's way may just be like, writing a vision board every few weeks or so. And it just depends. But for me personally, it's just looking at people who have lifestyles or who have careers that I aspire to have within, the next few weeks or so. But yeah, it's basically just getting goals in whatever way you'd like to get your goals, but setting those up and just seeing if every action that you take is making you like work towards that goal is basically how I think it's a really good blueprint.
Come on, a few weeks. I heard you mention that. Not a few days, not a few years, a few weeks. I love that.
Thank
Um, so let's just touch on briefly your history with Sheen. I know that you go way back to
yeah.
Mrs. Chapman and Sheen and all of that. Tell us a little bit about your journey for those who don't know.
Yeah, my journey has been very long. I've been in the industry since I was about 6. And a lot of people don't know that I actually started out as an artist. I was a singer and a dancer. And then from there, I got an opportunity to host a red carpet. And that was around age 10. And in that same kind of like age gap, I also got an opportunity to create my magazine. And it kind of just took off from there. Like day in media kind of just made sense. So since the age of 10, roughly 11, I've been in the world of media, been loving it, doing hosting and interviews, being a correspondent. And around that time, I also met, Miss Chapman and started working with Sheen as well. So media has been a big part of my heart for a very long time now. So,
Yes, publisher, musician, correspondent, all the things.
yeah,
What's the next title you're going to add?
the next title that I'm gonna add, um, well, my latest title I say is pickleball player. Um,
Ooh, okay.
yes, I love pickleball, which is so funny because my eye-hand coordination is absolutely treacherous. But yeah, I love to play pickleball in my free time. I'm feeling very professional. I've been bragging to all my friends about how pro I am, but that's until they get on the court with me and see that I'm not pro at all. But on a serious note, I feel like always bettering the titles that I do have is super important and making sure that I continue to love on them all in their own ways. Um, so I don't know if there's going to be any new titles as of now. I feel like if there are, it's going to be so great. I can't wait because I love to try new things. But as of now, I'm just sticking to the basics.
Yes. Well, like you said, pickleball is hard. So that is a heck of a thing to add on. So
Thank you.
kudos to you. So before we go, how can people check you out? Where can we find you? And can you give us a sneak peek on what you have going on next?
Yeah, so you can follow me on all social media platforms at officially daytime, and I'm dropping new episodes of my talk show on Snapchat every week. And we've also got some really exciting news regarding my talk show coming up soon. So stay tuned on my social media platforms to see what those big news are. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you guys, thank you for checking out another Sheen exclusive day. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and keep us updated.
Yes, I will. Thank you.